Oh, so good. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer Glatzhofer, but you can call me Jen. I'm a musical theatre performer and a voice teacher. And today I will be returning back to Gabriel Henrique, this time with his performance on America's Got Talent. This is Something Beautiful by Jacob Banks. I don't know if I know this song. We'll see when he starts singing it if I do. I did do a reaction and an analysis to Gabriel Henrique's audition, which was beautiful, amazing, like the highs and lows in that, wow. But as always, this is a reaction and an analysis video, so we will be stopping and talking about the vocals. That's what I like to do over here. As always, I have left the link to the original video in the description below, so do go and check that out if you so wish. If you do enjoy what I do over here and learn a thing or two along the way, then please do consider checking me out over on Patreon. Did you know that I have recently released my second single? It is called Voice of My Own and it is on all major streaming platforms. Thank you so much to those of you who have listened to it already. Please do continue listening to it, adding it to your playlist, streaming it, sharing it. Thank you so much for all the love. We are in the process of writing a full album, and in the description below you can find the GoFundMe page to support the making of the full album. Thank you so much to those of you who have donated already. Right, hit the subscribe button and the bell button and let's get to it. Oh, that looks nice.
Here I stand, taking half my pride. Ain't I wrong? With nowhere to hide. I'm exposed, see my flaws and all, but you're still here, and that's something beautiful.
Oh, the way he joins phrases together, it's so nice. Right, I just want to go back to the beginning. And this is beautiful. The control that he has over his voice, something that we know he has beautiful control, but it's just so, when you really break it down, like he's going from within one phrase, lovely clear vocal fold closure, clear sounds, and then letting that breath escape, adding a quick diminuendo, getting a little bit louder dynamically. There's so many different things he's doing, or I want to say all at once, but then that makes it sound like it's busy. It's not busy. You could easily just sit back and relax and just be like, ah, he's got this. But actually, when you look at it, there's so much going on that really just makes this performance wonderful already. And we're just like a verse in. Love the piano intro.
Here I stand, taking half my pride.
So here I stand. Obviously, we have an H at the beginning of the introduction, so it's going to be breathy anyway, but he continues that breath through the phrase and then gains a little bit more vocal fold closure in that second sentence. So.
Here I stand,
Keeping that breath.
taking half my pride.
And actually, take it, he gets that closure, have. Then when he returns back to an H word, he has an aspirate onset into that. So that's very cleverly done. He's going to use in that a little bit.
Here I stand, taking half my pride. Ain't I wrong?
Here, he has a little bit of a vocal fry here as well. But then he maintains that like resistance in the vocal fold to keep that full and clear.
Taking half my pride. Ain't I wrong? With nowhere to hide.
Hide again. It's another H word. Okay, we're seeing a little pattern here, which I love. Yeah, so it really softens up when he has an aspirate on set. He kind of maintains that breath throughout.
I wrong? With nowhere to hide. I'm exposed, see my flaws and all, but you're still here.
But you're still, what's the word?
And all, but you're still here.
Yeah, he hits a lovely G4 there. It's into his first passage. the range here is incredible. Anyway, we know it's going to be wonderful. But he maintains a lovely clear sound here, not reaching, not pulling up there. He's actually in a really lovely chest dominant mix here, but it's very chest dominant, so it would feel like he is reaching, but he's not. He's actually blending things together, otherwise he would be screaming. Really lovely.
That's something beautiful.
I like the lovely little trail. He's like starts to descend, but then he maintains and then he actually ascends back up. So he doesn't finish it there. He's like, we think it's, oh no, there's more.
That's something beautiful.
Strings. Ooh.
That's something beautiful. That's something beautiful.
Oh, lovely little flip. So in order to get that feeling a little and audible, like for us to hear that definite flip, we just have to make sure we've got a very clear connection first and then allowing that breath to come through the vocals. He's actually maintaining on a staying on an kind of vowel. We're kind of going to hear that flip a little bit more obvious as well on an open sound, because as we know, to maintain a chest sound, it's easier to go and like have that. Equally, it's easier to get to maintain a thicker sound. Equally, it's easier to hear that flip on a more open sound rather than because e's or oo's, because it's more closed, the shape's a bit smaller in size, the space is a bit smaller in size, we can maintain more resistance or a bit more of a purer head voice sound. Here, he's wanted to go into his head voice, but then actually go a bit more falsetto and allow that breath to come through. So it's nice that he's maintained a bit more open there.
That's something beautiful. That's something beautiful.
And then he finds that connection again down here.
That you are here with me.
Also here, different here. We had an aspirate onset still with a here, but we then grasp hold of the clear connection on the actual ear part of the word. So he didn't continue that breath throughout.
You are here with me. That's something beautiful. If I fall and I crash down to my knees, you pick me up, running to my knees. Everything wrong when no.
I know I stopped in the middle of a phrase, but I just want to talk about. So we could have flipped like we did earlier, but actually now, right, we hit C5 up there. Whew. In a really full connected sound, chest dominant sound, but we are definitely in the mix here. He's not reaching up. Is it on an if? So we get a lovely narrow, like just a shoot up there. Notice just beforehand, he's kind of fidgeting a little bit, and he's grasping hold of the mic. Actually, where's this one? Yeah, so he just kind of grasps hold of that. What he's doing in that moment is allowing himself to be anchored and supported. These top notes, as free as we want them to feel, hey, we need to make sure we're supported, because we're in an area where we don't necessarily go to unless we're super excited or calling out, which is why we are then extending our speech-like quality, our speech voice. But yeah, we've got to make sure that we're supported, because otherwise if we just leave it here, then of course the vocal folds are going to get tired. We might feel strain, we might feel tension in our vocal folds. We want to make sure that it feels easy and relaxed for us. So it's just holding on. And it's all in that moment just before, because obviously he knows what's coming up.
If I fall and I crash down to my knees, you pick me up, running to my knees. Everything wrong when Lord to call, you're still here, and that's something beautiful.
Oh, so good. I love that. He's maintaining that, like holding the mic throughout the whole part, apart from the last part where he's kind of like done the talky bit and now he can like release and just relax and sit into that note. There's a slight like lift of his chin as well. It's not a reach up. That's different, right? That means we're kind of like trapping the larynx and it kind of doesn't feel free and there's strain. But that little lift here, what that's allowing us to do is just open up that chest, let that kind of soar, really fill that space. And that's when he's kind of, you can see that moment where he just kind of relaxes. He takes his hand off of the mic and he's like, cool, I've got this. It's like we've done the part of talkie, release. I love that. There's also, you can hear this bright twang in his voice, this like brightness, and that's the twang, the tightening of our AES. It is, when we work on it in lessons, I want people to like get really extreme and really ugly with the sound, but here obviously we've decreased the ugliness, because obviously it sounds beautiful, but kept that twang in there. Oh, I wanted to, there was a vowel modification. You're still here. You're still. He's open up to an ah, which, like I said earlier, when we open up on an ah and just open that space a little bit more, we're just going to fill that space. It's easier to get a fuller connection there. It's also easier to hear a more falsetto sound. Not with every singer. Obviously, every singer is different. So if you feel like actually it is easier for you to do it on a more closed vowel, then absolutely. But here, rather than still and like squeezed on a pure still vowel, still, we can still understand that you're singing still. That's not the point. We're just opening it up a little bit more of an ah vowel in there, allowing that twang just to ping and soar and help him maintain that connection right at the top as well and keep that full sound. It is a big sound, and that's that twang that's helping it. It's not throwing lots of thickness up there. Like I said before, that's going to hurt. He's just allowing that modified vowel to help him there, and it sounds beautiful. Hello, I love the hand. I also love, like, he, even on this bigger sound, he's still maintaining a lot of, he's still introducing or involving a lot of vibrato in there, which is really lovely. That's something beautiful. That's something beautiful. That's true. So it's you are. So here we wanted a bit more of a pure head voice, right? You are so lovely on an oo vowel, bit more of a pure, staying true to the modification. The vowel there, and he's maintaining a pure head voice sound. So really, really lovely. The freedom that he has in his voice just to pick and choose what he wants, where he wants it, is just really lovely to see. Oh, that's something beautiful. So there's all C5s. That's That's something beautiful. I'm sorry. He's got like the clearest whistle tones live. Like so much pressure in these live performances, because obviously it's filmed as well, it's on the television, everyone's watching it, it's live, one chance you got and he just smashes this out, no waver, no, there's just such security in his, like, how he's presenting, how he's just standing there, I mean, I don't know how he's feeling. He might have been feeling nervous. It's understandable if you are feeling nervous, so we've got to be able to control the nerves and not let it get in the way of our performance vocally and just our performance in general. He is not he's not showing. It's just like, he's just so, he loves what he does, and it's just amazing to see. I love how he starts that with an awk and a vowel, and then when he shoots up a little bit, ascends a little bit, he gets a little bit brighter, showing the teeth a little bit, but he kind of starts this passage quite dark and pouty, so he's got that, and then he can set off and go wherever he needs to. Something beautiful. So G6 up there. He's fully belting. Chest, that is a chest dominant belt C5. I love here as well that, you know, he doesn't need to do much with his singing. Like, we're just with his voice anyway. We're with him. Oh, he's just amazing. And he's just there with a mic. he's done his beautiful whistle moment. Nope, and he's about to go into some more, I think. But he's just left the mic there. He goes forward. And here we're actually lunging a little bit. So last time I mentioned that he was kind of opening it up, or he was grabbing hold of the mic, right? Here he's got hold of the mic, but he doesn't have anything grounded. So what he's going to do here, as we can see, he's lunging a little bit into it. This is a long note. There's a little bit of grit happening as well, which is really interesting. But then as he kind of gets that clearer sound come in a bit again, he lets that vibrato in. So good. See, just right at the end, there's a slight little squat. It's not really a lunge. It's kind of like, that he kind of like leans down. You better rip on that whistle. Oh.
That's something beautiful.
He loves to like make sure his voice is the last last bit that we hear of the song, which I'm here for. I love it. I want to hear him more. It's amazing how much he packs into one song, but it doesn't feel like he's overdoing it at all. I think it's just because he's kind of he's standing there and just singing and showcasing his voice, and we're like, yeah, sure, wow. Like, he's not showing off about, do you know what I mean? He's not kind of like, yeah, listen to me, like, none of that. It's just so simple, and he just lets his voice show what it can do, and it's just something beautiful. Yes, I said that. I did that. I love that. Well, as always, that was amazing. I love hearing Gabriel Henrique's voice, and just like I just said, it's just, he packs so much in there, but it never feels like it's a lot. Like, we can hear everything, and the journey that he goes to doesn't show us everything to begin with. There's still lots to go, even though he's showing a lot. It's incredible. Thank you very much for watching this reaction and analysis video. If you did enjoy it, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the bell button, and the thumbs up button. My Patreon link is also in the description below, so do go and check that out if you did enjoy what I did over here today. Otherwise, I will see you very soon for another video.